Hi, it's Lydia and welcome to this 40-minute slow and strong Pilates flow. So if you're joining me and you want to use some equipment, you can use ankle weights, some hand weights I would recommend for this, especially for kind of our lunge and squat section. Ankle weights will be pretty good at the end for our core section. And anything else you might want to use. Obviously, you don't need to have any equipment for this class. It's just personal preference. So depending on where you're working on, what you want to get out of this class, depends on what you will use. So as it's called slow and strong, that's what we're going to be focusing on, real slow movements, slowing everything right down, being really precise with our movements and our exercises and the breath. So we'll have opportunities for a couple of deep stretches as well as we move through the flow. So I hope you enjoy and we'll just get right into it. So we're going to start just taking a couple of breaths. So come either into a kneeling or a seated position. Inhale, reach the arms up nice and tall, take a nice big stretch. And exhale, sweep the arms down. Again, inhale, reach. One more time, just coming into your body. Notice how the body's feeling today. And then coming around into a tabletop position with the knees slightly wider than the hips. We're going to take a bit of a flow with our thread the needle, moving with the breath. So that's why I invite you to bring the knees a little wider, big toes can come together. We're going to inhale as right arm reaches tall, open the chest. Exhale, thread the arm through, pointing those fingers away as far as you can. Inhale to bring the arm up. And exhale to close the chest, really reaching underneath the body. Good. We can let the hips sway to the right as we open the arm. We don't need to keep them squared to the mat. Good. Reaching long, open through the shoulder. This time, thread the arm through and come down to hold in that thread the needle. So right side of the face down, left arm can reach further away from you. Breathing there. You have an option to bring the chest more facing down towards the mat to deepen that stretch through the shoulder. Gazing down at the mat rather than to the side of the wall. And then we're going to take it over to the other side. So setting up as we started. Inhale to lift the left arm tall. Exhale to thread it all the way through. Nice long line through the body. Good. Noticing where we've got any tightness today, where we want to increase a bit of space in the body. Nice slow breath, slow and strong. And next time you come to reach through, holding in that pose, reaching the right arm through, the left arm through, right arm coming overhead, closing down the eyes. Again, that option to keep the chest facing towards the mat, deepening the stretch through the outside of the shoulder. And now we've warmed up through the shoulders a little more. We're going to come back to tabletop position, taking the knees underneath the hips, tops of the feet pressing into the mat, and finding some rolling cat-cows. So really thinking about articulating through the spine. So tucking tailbone, pulling belly button in towards the spine, rounding forwards, chin to chest. Exhaling, lifting tailbone, sending the hips back, lifting the gaze. Rounding, tucking tailbone, belly button to spine. Exhaling, sending it back. And you can make this movement as big or as small as feels good in your body. Our focus is on it being a slow, smooth movement, a nice flow between the two. Finding space through the front of the body, finding space at the back of the body as we round, bringing it forwards. It's just getting into your own body, really noticing how we're feeling. And then we're going to bring it all the way down onto our bellies. Coming into this prone position. And we're going to bring the elbows out wide, fingertips to temples, taking the feet as wide as the mat, pressing, active with the legs, so pressing the tops of the feet down into the mat, bringing the fingertips to temples, nice long line through the spine. Inhale to prepare, and with an exhale, just lift the chest. Inhale, lower it back down. Good. So an inhale to prepare, activating through the core. That exhale to use back of the body, peeling the chest up away from the mat. And exhaling back down. Good, taking a few more there. So fingertips to temples, keeping the elbows out wide. Finding that lift, keeping the long spine. So we're not just lifting the head and arching through the neck. We're lifting from the back of the body, from between the shoulders, lifting the chest up and lowering back down. Good, pulling belly button towards the spine, pressing feet into the mat, lowering with control. Good, another one here. Lifting up and lowering. Good, take forehead to the back of the hands and just gently sway the hips from side to side. And then we're going to add on. This time we're going to add a reach with the arms as we lift. So keeping the legs pressing down into the mat. We've almost got tailbone tucked slightly, pressing the hips down. Fingertips to temples once more. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the body. Reach the arms long up by the ears. Bring the hands back, lowering down. Good, and again. Reach, finding that length. Bring the hands in and lower. Good. Chest lifting. Legs still active. Thinking about our core as well, so thinking of belly button pulling in. Good, 2 more there. I know we're working super hard already. Nice slow movements. Good, and the last one, you've got this. Exhale to lift. Reach the arms, bring it back in, lower down. Good, again, let the back of the hands rest on the back of the head, shuffle the hips left to right. Easing off through that lower spine. And we have one more round. Again, we add on. I know what you're thinking. It's already feeling pretty tough. Feeling the back of the body switch on, which is exactly what we want. We want to strengthen through the back of the body. That's also part of our core. It's not just about our abs. So, setting up to prepare. This time, after we reach the arms up, we're going to sweep the arms behind. Okay, so the arms are going to come forwards, back, forwards, and lower. Good. So, prepare. Take a nice inhale. Belly button braces in towards the spine. Exhale to lift. Reach forwards. Sweep the palms back. Sweep them forwards. And lower back down. That's the movement. So we find that lift. We find the reach. Palms pressed together behind. Back forwards. And lower. Good. We're just going to do 2 more. Lifting through the spine, lifting the chest, feeling that nice long spine, not forgetting about the legs pressing into the mat. Last one. Good. Lift, reach forwards. This time arms reach back, hold there. Can we lift a little taller? Bring arms forwards, back in, and lower down. Good. Release. Shuffle the hips left to right. Bring the knees in together, push it back into a narrow leg child's pose. So pressing through the arms, send the hips back. And you can take the hands down by the feet. letting the forehead come to rest on the mat, rounding through the spine. Using this as an opportunity to bring space into the back of the body, breathing into the back of the ribs. Good. Another couple of breaths there. And we come back onto our bellies. Now, if you've got your ankle weights and you want to pop those on, we're going to come into some single leg kicks. So just adding a little bit of challenge if you want to. Well, a little bit more of a challenge. We know they are challenging without as well. So, opportunity to pop them on if you're wanting to. And then coming back to that prone position, lying on our bellies. We're going to have the forearms down on the mat. Elbows underneath our shoulders. Now, if you're quite tight through your spine and don't have loads of mobility, we have the option to just simply take the arms a little further forwards, because we don't want to feel like we're compressing through the lower part of the back. We don't want to feel like we're having this deep back bend. So, having the arms in a position that works for you, working towards those elbows coming underneath the shoulders. Single leg kick, so both legs are active, pointing the toes, pressing left foot down into the mat, drawing right leg in, 2 pumps, send it long. Left leg this time, draw it in, 2 pumps, and away. So using the arms to really stabilize the rest of the body. We've got belly button pulling into the spine. Shoulders are away from the elbows. Shoulders are away from the elbows. Shoulders are away from the ears. So we're not hunched up like this. Both legs stay active the whole time. So little pump and reach long. Good. So pump it in, take the toes away. Good. Good. Trying to minimize the movement through the rest of the body. Drawing the heels in, really feeling the hamstrings working to bring that leg in, and then controlling that movement out as we point the toes. Feeling that stretch through the quads as we pull the toes in. Good. Once more, both sides. And once more on the left. Lovely. Release the upper body down. You can take off your ankle weights if you want to. If you want to leave them on, absolutely fine as well. From here, we're going to press it all the way back to a downward facing dog. So hands under shoulders, knees on the mat, press the hips back, and then lift the hips up, lifting the knees up off the mat and pedaling out here, enjoying that nice stretch through the back of the body. Traction through the spine, we're pressing the ground away with the hands. We're lifting the tailbone up and back. We can bend the knees as generously as we want to. Deep breaths there. If you step the feet a little closer towards the hands and a little wider on the mat, we're going to find a twisted down dog. So reaching right hand through to the outside of the left leg, either up towards the knee or down towards the ankle. We're then turning the chest, gazing up underneath the left shoulder. Breathing deeply here. Hips remain lifted. And then take it to the other side. Left hand reaches through, gazing up underneath that right arm. Left hand places down. Walk the feet all the way into the hands, little baby steps to get us there. Bend the knees. When the feet meet the hands, Find a forward fold, barely resting down towards the thighs. Bend the knees, relax the hands, uncurl back up to standing, rounding through the spine, lifting one bone at a time. Coming all the way up, inhaling, reaching tall. Exhaling, sweep the arms down. Once more, breathe in. And exhale, sweep the arms down. Good. So we've got a little standing sequence now involving squats, lunges, and also single leg RDLs. So you can keep your ankle weights on if you want. If you want to take them off and grab some hand weights, absolutely, choice is yours. So I'm going to work with my dumbbells for this next section. And you can choose whatever works for you. So I've got these 2.5 kilo weights here. I will probably just use one at a time because that's how I'm feeling today. So make your decision based on how your body's feeling, what your aim is from this class. Lift heavier if you want to build a little bit more strength. Go lighter if you're having a bit more of an easy day and you just want that little bit of extra body weight. So I'm going to grab my weight, I'm going to use one of my dumbbells, and the sequence is we're going to work right side first, bringing the weight up towards the chest. We're going to take a squat, lift, lunge, right leg goes back, step that right foot in so our knees become level. We're lifting the back heel, arms release down, deadlift here, hinging at the hips, pressing the hips back, bringing the hips back to center as we finish that deadlift. The arms will come up and we'll go back to that squat. So setting up, I'll talk us through as we move. Taking a squat, sitting back in the heels, lifting tall. Right leg back, find a lunge. Again, nice, slow, controlled. Exhale to press up. Bring that right foot in, keep the heel lifted, lower the weight down, hinge at the hips. Keeping a nice straight spine, not rounding, so just lowering to where we can keep that straight spine, lifting back up, weight comes in, squat, and lift. Right foot back, lunge, and lift. Step the foot in, release the hands, deadlift. Coming up, pressing left heel into the mat. Good. Weight in both of the heels, big push. Right foot comes back, tailbone tucks, lower it into the lunge, and lift. Good, release the weight, hinging at the hips, shoulders away from the ears. Lift back up, good, bring the weight in. Squat. Good, lunging. Back foot comes in, release the hands down. Hinging forwards. Press the hips forwards as we lift. Good. We go again. Step it in. Release. Hinge. Keeping that left leg bent. Good. One more time. Lower. Lift. Step it back. Lower. Lift. Step it in. Release the hands. Good. Bring the weight in to center. Now we're going to take a curtsy lunge on that right side. So we can keep the weight up at the chest. Right foot steps behind. Curtsy lunge. So loading up this left leg. Lowering down. Pressing through left foot to lift. Holding in that position. 5 more. Lower nice and slow. Pushing to lift back up. So inhale to lower. Exhale, big push. Slow and controlled, good. That's it, another 2. Good, this time stay low. Take little pulses here, go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it up, back in. Whew, shake out that left leg. Okay, there's our sequence. We're going to run through it again on the other side. So shaking it out where we need to. we're going to take the weight up towards the chest. Coming in with that squat to start with, sitting the hips back, barely braced, lift. Left foot behind, tailbone tucked, lunge down. Good, step it in, deadlift, hinging at the hips, and lifting. Good, weight comes up, squat. Big push. Good, slow and strong, so real control that movement. Mindful about where we're placing the body, the feet. Mindful about where we're focusing our attention, especially for that deadlift. Good, lower down with control. Good. So I'm pressing through that right big toe, the right heel, pressing the hips forwards, weight in. Good. No need to rush. If you're moving at a different pace, that's absolutely fine. Go as slow as you need. Lovely. One more round. Step it in. Release down. Good. Bring the weight back in. We find those curtsies. Left leg comes behind. Load up the right leg. Exhale to lift. Nice and slow. Good. Pressing through that right foot. And again. Good. Hold at the bottom this time. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go big, stand up, shake it out. We're going to run through that whole sequence again. So starting again on that right side. Shake out the legs if we need, loading up the glutes. Make any adjustments to either the weights you're using, add more, take some away. And then join me back setting up for that squat. So weight into the heels, sit the hips back, core braced. Right leg lunge. Deadlift, lower down. Good. Sit it back. Tailbone tucked, core braced. In through the nose, out through the mouth with the breath. Exhale to push up. Good. Nice. And we're all about quality over quantity here. So if you're going slower, but you're really feeling that mind-body connection, then absolutely fine. Better that than doing them twice as fast and not really feeling anything. Doesn't matter if your breath gets a little muddled, as long as we focus on just taking nice deep breaths in and out. Good, curtsy lunges, take that right leg behind, lower. More weight through this left foot. Use that to drive the body back up. Lower down and hold. Pulse. 3, 2, stay there. 1, good. Lift. Straight over to the other side, into those squats. Lower the hips. Left leg back. Step it in for that deadlift. Knees level, hands release. Hinging forwards. Good. Step it wide. Lovely. Another squat. Back to the lunge. Step it in. Good, setting up, shoulders relaxed. Once more. And then we go to the curtsy lunges. Last deadlift. Good, step left foot behind. Load up that right leg. Exhale to lift. No need to rush. That's it, pressing through that big toe on the right foot. Pressing through the heel. Holding at the bottom, take pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, come up, drop the weight if you've got one. Take a nice big breath in, reach tall, and exhale, reach forwards, fold. Inhale up, and exhale, fold. Again, inhale up, exhale, fold. Hold that fold. Take hands to opposite elbows. Let the upper body hang heavy. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Finding our ragdoll pose here. Good, release the hands. Uncurl up to standing nice and slow. Nice and slow, really moving one bone at a time. Good, coming all the way up. Head is the last thing to come up, then roll the shoulders back. Good, okay. A little bit of upper body coming up. So we're gonna bring it to the back of the mat. We've got a few push-ups, not too many. Not too many. As I said, we're gonna focus on form and quality of the movement. So we're gonna take a roll down, walk it out into our high plank position, 2 press-ups, walk it back in and repeat. So we're only gonna do like 5 press-ups in total. Option to do those either on your knees or your toes, bearing in mind we are only doing a few of them. So take a nice big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms down, fold. Walk the hands out nice and slow, keep the hips steady. Trying not to let them sway. Find your high plank position. Heels pulling away from the crown of the head, pressing the ground away with the hands. Either coming down to the knees for your 2 push-ups or staying on the toes. Again, no rush, elbows into the ribs, lower the chest down. Core braced, big push as we come up. Again, no rush on the way up. Good, one more here. Prepare, inhale. Exhale, lower with control. Take an inhale at the bottom and exhale to push back up. Keeping a nice straight line through the body. Good. Pike the hips up. Walk the hands back in towards the feet. Again, keep the hips nice and still. Good. Uncurl all the way up to standing. Take a big inhale at the top and we repeat that once more. Exhale, forward fold, round. Walk the hands out to find your high plank position. Padding through the hands. Setting up really well here. Thighs pulling in, belly button to the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to lift. Good, keeping that nice straight spine. One more here. Good. Pike the hips up, find your down dog. Take a couple of breaths there. Pressing belly through towards the thighs, chest through the shoulders. And then take a child's pose. Bring the knees a little wider than the hips, big toes together. Sink the hips back. Take a couple of breaths, nice big exhales, slowing the heart rate down. Walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. Right hand places on top of the left, and then open through that right side of the body. So pressing the right side of the ribs away. Good. Walk the hands over to the other side. Left hand on top, open through left side of the body. Lovely, and then we're going to come down for a final bit of the session. So a little bit of ab work. You can grab your ankle weights if you want to pop those on, if you're feeling like some extra challenge. Otherwise, join me down on the mat, and we're going to do some dead bugs. One of my favorite ab exercises, this. So uncurling with control, rounding bodies down onto the mat. Lovely. And I really love these because there's so many variations you can do. So we can do dead bugs with feet down on the mat. We can have legs in tabletop. We can keep the legs bent or take them straight. Also have the option if we want to take weights into the hands and use those. But so let's get started. Taking the hands up towards the ceiling, shoulders relaxed down into the mat. As I said, either keeping toes down on the mat or bring the legs up to tabletop. Immediately feel the belly button pulling in, keeping the spine pressed into the mat. We want to think about nice long lines, and we're going to go super slow here. So we're going to take right leg out long, point the toes, left leg, left arm reaches overhead. Good, bracing. Exhale, bring it back to center, super slow. Good. Other side, think about reaching toes and fingers long. Finding that length all the way through the body, nice long line. Exhale to bring it back in. Good, just alternating sides. Slow, controlled movement. If we want to just tap the toes down on the mat, keeping the knee bent, we can do that, absolutely. If we just want to work with the legs and keep the arms in center, that's also fine. So just working wherever we are. Keeping belly button pulled in towards the mat. Good, 2 more each side. Good. Staying with it. Again, slow and controlled. If you feel like you're starting to lose your form, modify, bring the legs a little closer. Last one. Good, hug the knees into the chest. Take a little breath. Nice, and bring the legs back into that tabletop position. We're going to find some hundreds here. So, again, option if you want to bring toes to the mat, absolutely you can do that, but we'll try and keep the legs lifted. Arms down by the side, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, chin to chest, arms reach, pump the arms. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, out, in, out. Keep going, keep pulling belly button in, pressing the arms away. Good, last time, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, take it out, 2, 3, 4, 5, release down, hug the knees in. Oh, and let the body sway from side to side. Take a little rock and roll. Good. Easing off through the lower back. And then bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Take the arms out wide or into a cactus position. And just let the knees sway from side to side. It's a nice twist in to the body. And that is our work done. So we're now just cooling the body down. Having worked super hard in that session, hopefully feeling stronger. And even you don't need to move fast to get the heart rate up. I don't know about you, but I was certainly feeling like my heart was racing a little bit throughout those exercises. But we keep that control, we keep that connection to the breath and to the body, being precise with our movements. Nice. Good. Bring your legs through to center, hands at the back of the knees. Rock and roll a couple of times to bring yourself up to seated. And we'll take a little mermaid stretch. So bring your right foot, your right leg in front of your left. And take your right arm over, really opening through right side of the body. Good. Release the hand down, take it over to the other side. Left leg in front. Big reach up and over. Good. And release. And I hope you enjoyed that class. Hopefully we're feeling super strong. And I'll see you again at the next one. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.